Hey everyone, it's Ashley Lazarian, and today we're going to talk specifically about the city of Duluth and the pros and cons to making a move here. If this is your first time watching, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button to keep up to date with all things real estate and a few places along the way in Georgia you shouldn't miss. Okay, so jumping right in, Duluth is a small city that is located just north of Atlanta, so you still have the convenience of being close to the city without all of the traffic and congestion. Duluth is very conveniently located with many different points of access to the city in case you have that commute. You can jump on Highway 85, you've got Patriot Industrial Boulevard, Satellite Boulevard, we've also got Buford Highway, and all of these run parallel to each other, running into Buckhead and then on into the city. The great thing is you can also jump on 85 or 985 and head north, which will take you away from the city, taking you directly into those Blue Ridge Mountains that Georgia is known for. You can take a weekend getaway or even just a day trip if you want. We've got Tallulah Gorge, we've got Browstown Bald, we've got Amicalola Falls. There's so many hiking places. We've also got Helen, Georgia, which is a fun day trip or weekend trip. They've also got the Oktoberfest in the fall. So just so many things to do. You will never run out of options. Duluth is mostly located in Gwinnett County, with a little tad in Fulton and Forsyth. The great thing about Gwinnett County taxes is they are on the lower side, only coming in at 6%. Duluth, being so conveniently located, has made it one of the top places that people are making a move, which obviously has brought us to our first con, home prices. Now, home prices have been rising in Duluth for years, but they have risen over 15% just in this past year alone. Just finding a home here sometimes can be a challenge. I will say there are many different options, as Duluth is a very established area and we have homes that were built in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and there's also a ton of new construction that is being built every day here to account for all of the people that are making a move. Now, you're going to pay for that new construction, with the average sales price coming in at about $425,000. Duluth is also home to two of the most sought after country clubs, Sugarloaf Country Club and St. Marlowe. Both of these communities are gated with guards. They have top-notch amenities with multiple pool and tennis courts, along with award-winning golf courses. Now, Duluth is home to some of the top-rated schools, which brings us to our next pro. There's some very unique schools here. One such as Coleman, which is a STEM school, focused primarily on science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Then you've also got Parsons Elementary, where children in kindergarten are actually fully immersed into the Korean language, where part of their day is taught in English, but much of their day is also taught in Korean. This way, as they go through their years, by the time they get to 5th grade, the goal is that they are fully immersed in the Korean language, with about 90% of their day being taught in Korean. Now, it depends in the area that you live in, depending on zoning, which school you would go to. However, if you're making the move here and public schools are important to you and your family, I definitely would make sure to do a little bit more research, even going as far as calling the school, seeing if you can get a tour of the school. I personally like to go on some of the Facebook pages and talk to the parents, ask them personal questions about what do they think about the teachers, what do they think about the administration, how have their kids enjoyed it here. Just getting really a little bit more personal than the school is going to give you. Clearly you can see why so many families are making the move to Duluth. Now, like I mentioned, Duluth is an older town. It's really established, but it's gone through many changes throughout the years, and one of the greatest changes that I've personally watched is the downtown corridor. A few years ago, the downtown area of Duluth was completely renovated, which brings us to our next pro, shopping and restaurants. In Duluth, you're going to have everything from Costco to TJ Maxx. You've got a Starbucks on every corner, but you also have some of these beautiful boutique shops that you'll see in the downtown area. You're also not far from the Mall of Georgia area, which clearly has tons of shopping. They also have a space that they've just recently finished that has the Andretti Speed Lab with go-karts, as well as the Topgolf. There's also no shortage of restaurants, with many of my personal favorites being right here in the downtown area. Of course, you have your chain restaurants throughout, but a lot of the specialty restaurants here offer things that you've never had before, like Pure or Nacho Daddy, one of my all-time favorites that you have to try if you come to the area is Crave Pie Studio. Y'all, it's life-changing and maybe a little bit waist-changing, but it's totally worth it. They come up with different flavors of pie and quiche almost every day. It's definitely worth coming in for. Now, I will be honest, parking in the downtown area can sometimes be a challenge, which brings us to our last con, traffic. Gwinnett is highly populated, and honestly, there's new people moving in all the time. I will say that the Pleasant Hill area is pretty much congested at any point of the day. There's many strip malls and car dealerships, so you just get there and you feel like you're making no headway and you're stuck in traffic the whole time. While downtown can be challenging to find parking sometimes, it's definitely well worth it in my opinion. They always seem to have something to offer the community. They have the splash pad. There's fireworks for 4th of July and different events throughout the year. They've got food truck Fridays during the summer, as well as probably my personal favorite, which has been going on for many, many years, is going to be the Fall Festival. So every September, Duluth puts on this festival where early Saturday morning, there's a big parade, candy is thrown to the children, and then they have a lot of vendors who have come. They close off the downtown area and they fill the streets with different things and items for you to look at, purchase. It's something that my family and I look forward to every year. Duluth is honestly a very small town that has given you the walkability of a big city. It's no wonder that so many families are making the move to Duluth, Georgia. If you're just starting your search, you might want to take a few minutes to check out my other video, Pros and Cons to Living in Beaufort, Georgia. You want to make sure that you're making the right move for you and your family. I hope this video has helped answer some of the questions that you might have had, but if you have specific questions, please don't hesitate to reach out, as I'm always going to be here as a resource. Thanks so much for taking the time for watching. Until next time.